Girls, what are some flirting tips every guy should know? If you're going to compliment her appearance, compliment some specific aspect of her appearance that she has control over: hairstyle, manicure, outfit, etc. Things like "you're beautiful" are vague and unoriginal, and complimenting body parts can easily cross the line into creepy, uncomfortable. Typically, safe things to compliment if you're just starting off are things that are intentional: hairstyle, hair dye, jewelry, clothing, and tattoos, any kind of piercings, makeup, perfume. Be careful with this though, it could come across creepy. Accessories or someone she owns. Bonus points if you end up picking up a random or hobby of hers from seeing something, that is, she has a saxophone keychain, a Harry Potter hoodie. This should be higher up. Complimenting something she doesn't have great control over is like congratulating her for lucky genetics, but noticing that she takes time to iron, curl or color her hair, or shape and paint her nails shows her that her effort in that area paid off, because these things take time and money. As a woman who paints her nails, I love getting comments on them. And if I encounter another woman in the wild wearing polish or a lipstick or sick eyeliner wings, I always tell them it looks great. Even the exhausted Walmart cashier really perks up when you say something nice about their self-care routines. Yes, I have red hair and I get a lot of comments about it. They're very nice to hear, and the people who give me compliments are being kind, I know, but it's kinda hard to respond to. I love your hair color. Oh, thank you ''s. What I was born with. Maybe I'm just really stuck up, but I just never know what to say in response. I dunno about this. I love receiving compliments about something that's inherently beautiful. If someone says I've got good skin, I've got a lovely smile, or that I'm looking gorgeous today, I brush it off with a smile, but secretly I'm like, woo. When someone compliments my coat, handbag, clothes, etc., I'll just launch into a detailed report of where I bought it, what I chose it over, why I like it, blah blah blah. The last girl I went out with worked behind the counter in a newsagent's. The way I got talking to her was because I regularly went in on my lunch break and one day noticed she had got a new piercing and asked her about it, commented that it looked nice. She literally grinned from ear to ear and her eyes lit up. After that we would make small talk more, then I gave her a Christmas card with my number and it went from there. Whenever anyone comments on liking my outfit, I am so happy. But like, wow, I like your style. Had a guy literally just 2 days ago comment how hot my outfit was, knee length skirt, and I fuck me, and then as I walked by, turn around to walk backwards to look at my ass. That's not cute. Frown. Nothing made me happier than when a random lady loved my cat unicorn rainbow hoodie at Walmart. Called it fucking awesome, and I was so proud of myself. Far more than whenever someone says my hair is nice, or that my eyes are a pretty color. This has worked very well for me. If I am so inclined to compliment a woman's appearance, I usually stick to nails first, jewelry second, and if I know them, any changes made to hair recently. If someone makes a change like that or puts effort into their nails, it's a nice thing to notice and generally falls within comfort zone. I'm the complete opposite. If a guy compliments any of that, I'll mostly take it as I like it when you are trying hard to be beautiful. Except if they'd say I have a nice shirt or something, but that's an item rather than me. But I don't wear makeup, jewelry or dye my hair, and I go for band shirts, flannel and jeans rather than anything, though I like it comfortable. And if I don't already have a thing with them, I'd rather not be called beautiful either. The appearance-related compliment that almost always works with me is "your smile is contagious," or anything related to my smile making people happy. The room warmer, etc. I smile a lot and have dimples, so I get that one quite often. It always brightens my day. May not be original, but it sort of focuses on how something in my appearance, look makes people feel rather than the shallow things. So I guess it depends on what kind of girls they're into. With more stereotypically feminine girls, I'm not intending that it's a negative thing. I'm buying the girls I'm into are more like that. Your advice may work. If you are complimenting her body, use the face-up rule. I love being told I have a nice nose, smile or eyes. Anything from the neck down is insulting, creepy. A corollary: if you want to be interesting, be interested. Have a few topics, outside of pop culture, that you care enough about to be up to date on. People respond to enthusiasm, and if you know the subject well, you can speak confidently even when nervous. Plus, find a shared interest and you can leapfrog some of the awkward getting to know you by letting it flow naturally out of activities you can do together, in a comfortable space for both of you. But that's true for all good communication. I think for it to be good flirting, it will involve taking their responses further and intuit something about them with the gentle jab. Oh, you were a middle child? So what did you do for attention? I bet you made straight A's in school too. But we mostly just flirt with our eyes and bodies anyway. Flirting with a woman while she's at work is a generally bad idea. She has an obligation to remain professional, and will often feel like she has to be nice and smile at you. These cues are usually mistaken as interest, and the flirting swiftly becomes plain creepy. Agreed, she's kind of a captive audience. You as a customer can leave but she can't. And if there's tipping involved, like she's a bartender, then it's hard for you to know if she's being nice to you to just provide good service and get a good tip, or because she's into you. The problem with internet advice on dating is that there is never enough context to give actual helpful advice. It almost always ends up being like one of three things. Be confident, be yourself depending on which end of the spectrum they start on, work out, eat better. This one actually does help. Losing weight, being healthy for yourself is worth it. The nice body is just a pleasant side effect. Don't try so hard. Don't look for them. Just go out and never expect to date anyone ever. Then people will want to date you, say her name during conversations or to get her attention. Usually just starting a conversation using her name is a good thing. Also, if she did something different with her outfit, point it out, say it looks nice, or just notice it. Did you change your hair? It looks good. Also, if she keeps doing it after you point it out, this could be a sign she likes you back. Joking around and having inside jokes is also a good one, but it comes in more once you all have been friends for a while. Be perfectly blunt. A lot of us are dumb and won't know you are flirting until our pants are off. Even then. Like, we could be married and be like still not sure. Edit, I messed up. I thought this was tips for girls. I didn't really know if my now BF was into me until he was dropping me off at home after dinner together and he leaned over and tried to kiss me. I misread the body language and hugged him instead, forcing him to awkwardly peck me on the cheek, sort of in a face full of my hair. I finally got the message a couple seconds late but well past the point of salvation. Definitely still the most embarrassing thing I've ever been through, and he still teases me about it frequently. I am painfully oblivious. Apparently one of my guy friends liked me for years and I ever caught on until my now boyfriend told me. I also didn't know my boyfriend liked me until he was next to me on the couch, his hand was on my knee and he leaned over to kiss me. My brain pretty much short-circuited. Bro, our mess up is still accurate. I'm a girl and you could turn your flirt game up to like 2000 and I'd be like, haha, what a funny dude. Wish he were into me. Go for the shy girls if they're less social. Then talking to one person will mean a lot to them. Sounds cliché but it is true. As a shy girl, I can confirm. People usually ignore me or are very passive, which I don't mind. I prefer it at times, but when someone reaches out to me it's very memorable. However, sometimes I'll confuse flirting with the start of a very nice friendship. So be blunt, she should feel comfortable in total, but a little on edge in short. By which I mean, most guys screw up by either being, A, way too forward and sexual, leaving a girl no out or ability to use her imagination or find humor. Or B, focus so much on her being comfortable they never say something edgy at all. Good flirting is when she feels like she's safe about you being a little edgy. I know exactly what you are saying, but it can be pretty exhausting doing this. I know for a fact it works great and it is fun when things are going well. But sometimes a joke goes a little too far, like saying a your mom joke when you don't know her mom died of cancer 3 years ago. It isn't like I would know that, but it spoils the mood. And don't get me wrong, I love teasing and making girls laugh. It is fun when it is all going well. Eye contact, and if you know the person well, start including them in your future. Make it sound lighthearted, casual, so we don't get too freaked out lol. It kind of tells us, hey, I like you, and if you'll let me, I'll be here. Example, a girl loves coffee and happens to date a guy who prefers coffee over tea. Guy: hey, have you ever traveled, out of state, driven down to __, if out of country? Girl: no, yes, why? Guy: because I know this hole in the wall that you love. We should definitely go there one day. It sort of makes the woman feel special. And when women date men, we always want to feel special to them in some way. This also shows us that enjoy our company and lets us know that you're serious about keeping us in your life, whether it's romantic, platonic sort of love you want to achieve. This usually only works for people inclined towards a serious perusal over someone versus a pick-me-up. Also, a quick wit and sense of humor is always hot. TL, Doctor, eye contact, quick wit and sense of humor, start including them in your future. A. Don't use any of the wait 3 days to contact her rules. If you want to text her, text her. If you just had a nice date, send her a quick follow-up and say how much you enjoyed it. I'm not saying contact her non-stop if she isn't replying or doesn't seem into it. Just don't feel like you have to play games about how long you have to wait to reach out. Yes. My boyfriend waited pretty long to respond to not seem desperate when we just started dating, and I just took it as, oh, apparently he's not that interested. Needless to say, he was interested, but the first few weeks I definitely didn't take him very seriously because he kept giving off these mixed signals. So, please avoid this strategy, guys. Complimenting a woman on her clothing or hair instead of just telling her she is beautiful is more likely to flatter her. Comments about her body are likely to be shut down right away. For example, my coworker to me: you have a great ass, can I touch it to see if it's real? Not a good compliment. Being genuine about why you are talking to a woman instead of beating around the bush is also much more likely to get you respect. I think you look like an interesting person and I would love to take you to dinner is more likely to get a good response. Lastly, if you hear no bow out. It's funny you mention hair. At a happy hour yesterday, we all got to talking about one woman's hair. She's Asian and got yellow, blonde highlights. She said no one had brought it up to her besides some of the ladies there, and I was like, I thought it was creepy for a guy to compliment hair? Like I thought it would be the same as compliments about body/clothes/anything attractive. At least we got taught to only talk about abstract things to be safe: personality, intelligence, kindness, work accomplishments. Being genuine about why you are talking to a woman instead of beating around the bush is also much more likely to get you respect. My coworker to me: you have a great ass, can I touch it to see if it's real? I think you look like an interesting person and I would love to take you to dinner. But that first one is just as genuine as the second example. Ha 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 ha. My male BFF treats all of his lady friends like regular people. He laughs and jokes and doesn't put them on a pedestal nor treats them disrespectfully. He has no preconceptions of women other than as regular human beings with their own lives and opinions. He has his own life, tastes, and goals and doesn't overly depend on others to inform his self-worth. He also grooms, dresses well, and keeps himself in relatively good shape. He's a generally kind, confident and funny person who puts out good, chill vibes. He slept with the majority of his female friends, including me. He's one of the coolest people I know. He treats his lady friends like regular people. Also, he slept with most of his female friends. I think every guy in the world understands this a lot more than you do. Or at least they feel they do. Also, I bet he treats his lady friends a bit different than his guy friends, seeing as he has supposedly slept with most of them. Just a hunch. Don T stands super close to me. If I am interested, I will move closer. If I am not, and you re all up in my space, I'll find you creepy and the interaction uncomfortable. For me personally, my now boyfriend and I were friends for about a year before we began our relationship. Obligatory congrats to my boyfriend for fighting his way out of the friend zone. I was never the type to chat someone up at a bar or whatever. A lot of girls will feel more comfortable with guys they already have spent a decent amount of time with. Put in the time and effort, boys, and you might get the girl of your dreams. Side note, if she touches her hair a lot whilst you are interacting, it has a very promising sign that she likes you. There are a bunch of candid photos of BF and I before we started dating, and I am touching my hair unconsciously in almost every single one. Interesting question. Flirting has various forms. It is not something I have needed to do, and I don't mean that in a show-off way. What concerns me about relationships in general is how dishonest people are around sex, or rather enjoyment. If it happens, it happens. Nobody has anything to gain by being deceitful or having a fake personality. I won't stay if that happens. If you are talking to a woman and things are going well, you seem to get along, have a lot in common, etc., do not get into sexual stuff too fast and without context. Don't give the impression to be desperate to get into our paints. We grow up learning about how the world is full of sexual predators and how we must defend ourselves and be careful with who we talk to. So if you are talking about, say, cooking and out of the blue you mention poo-eye, this is going to throw the lady off. At least it would throw me off. I'm saying this because it has happened to me and it was very disappointing. I had been texting this guy from Tinder for less than 24 hours and I got the impression that we were just getting to know each other, finding out what we had in common, just chatting. I was really enjoying it because it was a normal, nice conversation, and we flirted at the same time. At some point he said I was good at expressing myself through text, complimented my writing skills and said that maybe I could write some stuff for his next project. The conversation had a flirtatious tone and I went with it. I said, "Oh, you think I'll do it for free?" And he said something like, "I can pay you with tongue." I thought he was talking about kissing, but then he proceeded, "I just don't like it when women wax." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he said PY. He realized I didn't like it because I changed the subject, so he asked me what was wrong and I said, "Well, I just don't feel comfortable talking about my genitals with somebody I barely know." And the conversation died. I think it is okay to talk sex stuff during flirting, but I just thought it escalated too quickly. He seemed desperate for sex and it turned me off completely. Also, nobody asked him about his body hair removal preferences. We hadn't even met in person. Come on, as soon as a guy says something about my body or appearance I'm already not interested, even if it's done respectfully. That's only because I'm looking for something long-term, so I want to know they're interested in me and not just how I look. We already know you like how we look if you ask us out. There's exceptions to this of course, but I definitely prefer to know someone can talk about anything easily and just have fun rather than if they find me attractive. While we're chatting, if he notices we're getting along, he should subtly get closer or maybe offer to go get a coffee after. I'm now in a long-term relationship with a wonderful man I met online. He never talked about my appearance until we had known each other for a bit. We just chatted about a bunch of different things, joked around, and we both felt that we clicked. I liked that he was himself and didn't try to tell me what I wanted to hear. Unfortunately, a lot of guys fuck up at the most basic level, by acting creepy. So this is how to avoid being creepy. Imagine a huge gay bloke, bigger and stronger than you, is trying to flirt with you. Imagine you two are in the same situation you are now with the woman you're flirting with, but he's in your place, and you're in her place. For example, if she's serving you coffee in a cafe, imagine you're the barista and he's your customer. Imagine he says something flirty. How does it make you feel? If after that you'd be very comfortable saying, "Sorry mate, I don't swing that way," and he would in general seem like a cool guy, it's generally okay to say the same thing to a woman. Okay, maybe telling a woman that her mustache looks dope is not the best idea, but as a rule, it should work. If it creeps you out, saying that to a woman will also creep her out and she'll lose any interest she could have in you. After that stage, there's not much to do. If she likes you, she will like you even if you do something goofy. If she doesn't like you, smooth talking won't change much. But being creepy can definitely make her stop liking you. Check out our other videos and subscribe and leave your suggestions and experiences in the comments below. Have a great day.